Hello, welcome back to my channel. Victory for Kenya, victory for the protesters in Kenya. The young people would have made history in Kenya, my friends. I have some good and bad news. But before we go there, my name is Bjorn and I am in Nairobi, Kenya. Right now, I am from the Caribbean country of St. Kitts and Nevis, Twin Island Federation located in the Eastern Caribbean, but I'm visiting Kenya right now, and there would have been massive protests island-wide around the country, my friends. Before I go on, make sure to subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe now and make sure to support the journey. The mission of my channel is to bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean. That is why I'm here, because we are one people separated by colonialism and slavery, but we're coming back together. So this channel is to educate you so that we could get to know each other better, interact, comment, make sure to like the video, share it with all your friends and family, like all the videos, watch all the ads as well, because by watching the ads, you will be supporting the cause. But I want you to watch this clip right now, which is about 5 minutes long, and then I will come back with my analysis, my friends.
I want to remind everybody why the young people were protesting. I met these two young people outside Kenya's parliament yesterday.
And I have two children, as you can see me now. I don't have work. I don't have anything to do. So who can help me? We thought that Ruto can help us, but he can't. He can't help us. Why is he killing us, by the way?
Why kill someone over glass that can be bought again? Why?
He said they can't kill all of us, and the glass he's referring to is the glass in Parliament, which was broken as police were confronting the protesters who breached the wall of Parliament, the occupation of Parliament as they called it. And that is the anger that people feel on the streets. The people that were sitting behind President William Ruto as he made this address this afternoon are the members of his party. President Ruto has a majority in Parliament, and so they were able to pass this finance bill while Kenyans were actively protesting outside Parliament. While we were outside Parliament, we saw police use live ammunition, and we saw people killed in that moment. That's why I'm not using the word allegedly, because I was there. I saw it. And these people sitting behind President Ruto were there passing the finance bill, while Kenyans outside were telling them, this is too expensive for us. Don't do it. Vienna.
And Larry, I mean, you were there. Yes, you were. You were covering hours on end the protests, many of which turned violent, and we saw a lot of heavy-handedness from the police in response there as well. President Ruto clearly did not like these images to be portrayed through the country and for the world to see as well. His country had been one that was seen as more of a stable country in the region. Does this change that now? Once he has terminated this bill and done away with it, do things go back to normal, or is that too soon to tell?
Things are not likely to go back to normal, at least not immediately, because there's already calls on social media for a 1 million march tomorrow. Wow. Against other perceived injustices that President Ruto has done against the people. So just that because he's removed the finance bill and that's dead, does not mean that the people are now satisfied. So that's one thing. The other is that, yes, President Ruto said 6 people were killed after the protest turned violent yesterday. But Kenya's National Human Rights Commission, that's a government human rights body, says 22 people were killed. A police reforms working group said 23 people died in protests yesterday, calling out the police for being overly violent, this militaristic response to largely peaceful protesters. That's not going to go away because the finance bill is dead, Vienna.
Yeah, somebody who called himself a hustler in chief, who was one of the people there, clearly an own goal on his part, not taking a test of the temperature here and a sense of the struggles and the frustration among particularly the youth in his country. Larry Madowo, thank you so much for your incredible reporting, as always.
It's a total admission that the young people of Kenya were right, that they cannot afford more taxes, and they wanted him to reject the bill in whole, not just certain amendments. They wanted this finance bill to be rejected in whole, and they made their voices heard here in Nairobi, and across the nation. And President Ruto could have said this last night in his national address, where he called these same people criminals. President Ruto could have said this on Sunday when he promised to engage these young people, but he didn't. And because of that, people died yesterday, shot by police, in fact, outside Kenya's parliament. And it all led to this moment where he is admitting that the young people and the people of Kenya have said they can't afford any more taxes, and he has to withdraw the finance bill that was recommended by his own government, Becky. They were trying to raise an extra $2.6 billion. After public participation, they reduced some of those, they made some concessions and reduced the target to about $1.5 billion. And the people still said no. And finally, sitting in front of the members of parliament, his party has a majority in the National Assembly and the Senate. He's finally where the people wanted him to be weeks ago, to reject this bill.
This is certainly a very conciliatory William Ruto. I wonder, as a president, whether this has gone further than just the finance bill. Has it gone beyond that for this president? Is that a reasoning, do you think, that William Ruto has come to?
I think President Ruto realizes that the anger and the frustration, the disillusionment across the country is significant. And it goes beyond just this finance bill. The finance bill was a trigger, but there are so many people for whom the cost of living has become unbearable. They just needed this finance bill to finally express themselves. And some of the people I was speaking to on the streets yesterday told me this is no longer about the finance bill. We reject William Ruto. Obviously, that is a long way to go. He was elected on a popular mandate. He still has a lot of support across the country. But people are deeply dissatisfied with how his government has run things. His own advisors, including from his Council of Economic Advisors, were on social media ridiculing these young people, telling them that they were digital, a word I cannot use on air. And now the president's admitting that you were right all along. Becky.
In this very important journey.
Good to have you, Larry. Thank you.
There you had it. Victory again for Kenya. Victory again for the Kenyan protesters, Generation Z, who came out in their numbers countrywide, all around the country. You had massive protests. Now, yesterday, the Kenyan protesters broke into parliament and light parliament of fire. They removed the instruments from parliament. Several protesters were shot dead. I am told around 20 to 23 protesters were shot dead. And the Kenyan parliament actually passed the bill. They passed the bill and the bill was made law. But then what happened is that they was unaware of what was happening outside. Parliament was on fire. Another side of parliament was on fire when they were inside passing the bill. And the Kenyan protesters actually vowed to protest at State House today. That is where the president lives. They had planned to protest at State House and occupy it if necessary. And shortly after that, I think the news got to the president what had happened, and he came on in a presentation, a statement, emergency statement, yesterday afternoon, and he announced that he will not sign the bill that they just passed. His bill, you know, his bill that they just passed in Parliament, he will not sign it, and he will send it back to the Parliament to remove all those tax hikes. That was taxing baby diapers, there was taxing sanitary pads for women, they were taxing even mobile money, they were taxing milk, bread, everything, my friends. And the Kenyan people said no. The young people of Kenya said no, we will not allow it. So the president, after he got news of what had happened, maybe 20-something protesters killed and the damage they caused to State House and several other government buildings, and they were planning to go to his home, which is State House, where he stay at today, to protest. In maybe 1 million people was gonna go there and protest. He came on and he withdrew the bill. So that has never happened anywhere in the world. no young crowd in Europe, no young people in America, no young people in the Caribbean has never came out in numbers like that and caused a bill to be repealed when it was made law already. Can you imagine? The bill was made law and the protesters caused the president and his government to withdraw that law. And I don't know what they're going to do with it now, but the protesters clearly won this victory. It's sad what happened, and my heart goes out to all the protesters who died in this battle, but they fought for the rights of others who could not protest. They even fought for my right, because that would have cost me, and I'm only visiting, that would have cost me money. So the protesters, I thank you for what you would have done. Things will get better in Kenya because now people see that they actually have the power to change things. And it's not going to be business as usual. People are still saying Ruto, the president of Kenya, they're saying he must go. I would have taken a glance on his Facebook page, Ruto, the president, and almost 90% of the comments are people telling him he has to resign. They don't like him anymore. It's unbelievable. That's something like this doesn't happen in other countries around the world. The Kenyan young people must be commended for their bravery, their intelligence, and their perseverance, my friends, because they would have made history by causing a tax bill that was passed in Parliament, to be repealed, to be withdrawn and thrown away the same day when it was passed. And I'm saying the bravery of Kenyans is commendable. The knowledge that they have of Parliament is commendable as well. And I'm truly impressed. I'm proud of Kenyans. So I say victory to Kenya, victory to the protesters. Much love. My name is Bjorn. I am in Nairobi, Kenya. Right now, I'm from the Caribbean country of St. Kitts and Nevis, Twin Island Federation, located in the Eastern Caribbean. I'm here visiting in Kenya. I want you, the mission of my channel is to bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean. To support my journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel today. Make sure to join. Also, you can join and pay a small membership fee. You could watch all the ads for free. You can share the videos, share this video, like it as well. All of that is support. Whichever one you can do, I will appreciate your support. And because of your continued support, we're over 5,000 subscribers. Imagine that, my friends. We're over 5,000 subscribers right now, and we're on the road to 6,000 subscribers because of your support and continued presence on my channel. That is why I'm able to reach over 5,000 subscribers. So I say thank you, and thank you. Much love, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.